Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the hacked Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions Waku. So I decided between this video and the last that I was going to finally work on Agrias, as now is a pretty good time to do that. So what I did here was, it was basically the same setup as what I did with Gafgarian in order to get him up to Ninja, right, or to unlock his Ninja. So I've got I've got 4 generics here, as well as Agrias, and I took her to the Zekless Desert. So I've got a thief here, monk, knight, and archer. And I've actually been walking onto the degenerator trap, which is reducing my level by 1 every time I step onto it. So I'm already down to level 3 here. I started at 12 now. She is so slow, and the rest of my characters are so fast that they have spilled a ton of JP onto her in the amount of time that it's taken me to get down to level 2. So here I'm going to pull up her current job levels. Her knight is already at 3. This is already fine. It's about to hit 4. Archer is already at 4, and that's one of the requirements for ninja, is archer level 4. Monk is already 4, so I've unlocked the Geomancer as well. And then the Thief, unfortunately, though, is still only at level 4 right now. I need to get that to 5, so I'm going to do that before I leave this battle. And then the next battle, I'll have to do one more random encounter, right, as a Geomancer, or I'll, make everybody else Geomancer, however, so we can get to Geomancer level 2. And that will unlock the Ninja. And at that point, we'll start leveling her, and I'll just kind of update once we do that. But again, I'm already, down to level 2. I'm almost done here, so I'm just going to get my keep working here with the with my thief to try to spill over some more JP onto her. So all right, I'm going to take a little cut here, and then when I come back here, we'll just see kind of where I'm at. Okay, so I've got Agrias now to level 5 thief, level 4 archer. We'll do Geomancer in the next battle here, but she also has D-leveled down to level 1. So we are looking really good here. So I'm going to cut this one more time here, and hopefully I'll have the ninja unlocked for the next little clip here. Okay, so I zipped on over to the Mandalia Plains, and I've just finished up her ninja. So I've unlocked it. One thing was a little bit interesting here. She's already got 275 JP. Now, I think the only time I ever did a battle with her that she would have gained ninja spillover was from the initial battle where we recruited her. I think, anyway. But 275 seems like so much. So I don't know when she started accruing JP. For some reason, I was thinking that everything of hers got reset when you basically get her, when she changes from guest to full team member. But now I'm thinking that might not be the case. I'm not exactly, in the grand scheme of things, probably doesn't really matter, right? But either way, I've got the ninja unlocked now. So one also kind of interesting thing here, her speed is down to 5. So she's just, naturally pretty slow. And I think this is actually the lowest speed I've ever seen of any character. Now, also, though, that's because, so I reduced some of her, obviously she was at, I think she was at a speed of 6. In her Holy Knight job, and then I've, since I've reduced her levels down a bit, she's actually lost 1 point, which is a little weird because her growth, her speed growth isn't, like my understanding was it wasn't going to change, but, not the case. So, unfortunately, now she's at 5 speed, but that's fine. We're going to fix that. We are going to level up her as a ninja from here on out. So I think what I will do is, I don't know, it's not going to be super interesting, the leveling up process. So I'll probably just make I'll do a little cut here, and then I think the next little portion is actually just going to be her as a level 99 ninja, and we'll just see her stats. So I will do that right now. Okay, so we did it, or I did it. The slog to the level 99 Agrius is completed. She ended up here with 17 speed, which is, I think, on par with everybody else once they hit 99. With the thief cap on, I should say, right? She's getting an extra 2 speed from that, and then 1 from, you know, just being a ninja. So at this point, I'll have to actually change her back to her base job, and actually learn the abilities, because I have spent basically no time with that. So I will do that in between here as well, but I just wanted to show the you know, completed Agrius, you know, again, level 99 ninja. So quite the slog, but I think it's gonna pay off, because I like, obviously, my Agrius is probably my favorite character in the game, aside from Ramza. Maybe even, I think I might even like her just a little bit more, but yeah, there it is. We are done. So I don't know what I'm going to do here for the next part of this video. I honestly, though, I do need to knock out her Holy Knight and actually learn those abilities. So I'll have to do that, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so I've been zipping around here actually a little bit at the Mandalia plane, and I wanted to point out something here. I finally, it must be in chapter 3 here. I guess I don't know if these guys will pop up in chapter 2 or not. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time, you know, doing random encounters in chapter 2, but regardless. So chapter 3 here, we're definitely getting some more humanoid enemies to pop up on the map. And one thing I wanted to point out here is, you know, we've been able to get the Thieves Cap earlier. You know, obviously, actually, I got some of those, I think, in... God, I think I even... Did I get those in chapter 1 even? I think. Yeah, I did. But now the Artemis bow is available. This thing isn't that great, honestly, but the black garb is pretty interesting. It's probably some of the best clothes that you can get. Probably still for a while yet. Magic ring I'm not that impressed with, but yeah, black garb is definitely something that's pretty decent to get a hold of. And then this guy's got a flame mace. Same thing. I think this is, like, I don't know. I don't know when these actually become available from like stores, but they'll randomly cast the Fire spell on your target. So they're pretty interesting. Honestly, I don't really like maces that much just because of the randomness of their damage. But yeah, I at least wanted to point out that you can now run into a lot of these, you know, humanoids on the map. So again, I'm going to probably try to farm out some of these black garbs, and then maybe even grab a couple of more thief hats. I don't know that I really need more, but you know, why not? So all right, just wanted to point that out. Okay, so I got another little clip here that I'm trying to work in, and I wanted to show you here. I've brought up Mustadio all the way to 99. I did do the level down because I think he was level 12 when he joined up, and you know, I wanted to squeeze as much points out of Ninja as I leveled up with as I could with him. So let me just see here. So I did the same process, you know, that I've done for now Gafgarian, Ramza, and Agrius, in that, you know, I brought him down to level 1, although I suppose that doesn't really apply to Ramza, right, because he started at level 1. But I brought him down to level 1 at Zekless Desert using the Degenerator Trap. Now, if I wanted to, I could have recruited and I forget the name of it's one of those squid enemies. And if you've got the monster, wait, what is that ability called? Sorry, let me just see here. I can't remember what it's called in this version of the game. Beastmaster. Yeah, so Beastmaster will give that. I think it's like the 3rd tier of the squid monster, right? It's like the, I don't know, is it like the best one, right? And I can't remember the name of it. Whatever. Anyways, regardless, if you've got Beastmaster and you're standing next to it, it gets an ability called Mind Blast, and that's a way to remove, basically it removes a level from, you know, whoever you use it on. Now, you know, for 12, the 12 levels that I guess technically 11 levels that I needed to go down, I didn't really feel like it was worth, you know, bringing or going and recruiting one. And, you know, I'd probably need to breed it too, because I think the base, I'm sure you can find the base squid, you know, monsters running around, but you'd probably need to breed one to get to the 3rd tier. Anyways, yeah. So I brought him down in, you know, again in Zekless Desert, and I wanted to point one thing out here. I think that, you know, I'll be completely honest. I don't think Mustadio really works that well with, you know, like the more melee oriented. I mean, he does. I shouldn't say that he doesn't, right? Because, and why do I say that? Well, because I think that his real usefulness, you know, is his machinist job. This is, I mean, this is what sets him apart, right, from everybody else. It's leg shot, arm shot, and then seal evil. This is an amazing ability against undead. If you've ever gone against undead, you'll know how obnoxious they are, because they will oftentimes, you know, resurrect once their timer has timed out, instead of crystallizing. You know, it's just random. So it's just, they're just annoying to deal with. So Seal Evil is great. That said, though, you know, I'm gonna go back on my word. It's actually not that he's bad in a melee role. It's just, you know, ranged is nice. The thing with melee, though, and what I like to usually do with him, and I'm probably going to do that right now, is normally I turn him into a ninja. And why ninja? Well, ninja is amazing. I mean, that's already obvious, but also, so he gets dual wield, obviously innately, and then the speed I love. Let's give him some battle boots instead. So here he is as ninja. This is basically the same as the rest of my, you know, Agrius and Ramza. They both ended up at 17 speed, but this is with the Thief's Cap on, you know, obviously, because that gives the extra, the extra 2 speed right now. But the reason why I like him so much in ninja is, you know, I mean, that's the maximum amount of speed that we can get him. You know, without I should say, doing all, you know, like a whole nother level down process and then level back up. I'm not going to do that, but the ninja, I mean, for 2 reasons. Ninja, obviously, speed, and then innate dual wield. That's amazing. And why is that so good? It's because whenever he uses his aimed shot abilities, like leg shot, arm shot, seal evil, he gets 2 shots at it, right? It's the same reason why dual wield works so good with, like, you know, Arts of War, right? Like, if you're going to do speed rend, well, dual wielding allows your character to use it 2 times back to back in a turn. Now, again, you have the disadvantage of needing to be in melee range to do it, but you get the second shot at it. So I really like it. I think that, honestly, you know, if you're going to use him, you might as well use him for his machinist skill set, and so make him a ninja. I just feel like that's the best, you know, combo. I need to bump up his bravery, and then I'm gonna go with Vanish as well. I think, you know, ninjas is, like, Vanish is just one of the best abilities for ninja. And by the way, the you know, how often Vanish triggers is based on your bravery stat. So the higher your bravery is, the better off, you know, you're gonna be. Let me just see here. The only problem with this setup, though, I will say that the only weakness with making him a ninja is that then you can't equip him with an Excalibur, and so you won't have haste. So that is honestly the only you know, detriment to this. The other way that you can go about this, and, you know, again, unfortunately though, it's going to reduce your speed, but it's honestly, it's probably worth it, is either going like Dark Knight or the regular Knight, and then giving him dual wield, right, so that he can have a Chaos Blade Excalibur. I think that's a pretty good combo. Now, I think though that, you know, if you go to Knight, obviously then you've got, you know, whatchamacallit, you've got Arts of War innately, and then you can go aim shot as well. So you can kind of use him as like a utility character, right? Like a debuffer type if you want to, like if you need to stall or something like that, which happens a lot, right? Like if you're power leveling or something like that, you can use the don't act twice, or like arm aim, right? And you get 2 shots at that. And then on top of that, with the knight, you could go, you could have speed rend and all that stuff. So like Mustadio could really be a really, really strong. I mean, I don't know. I guess like I guess I would just call it like a utility character, right? He'd be like really good in if you're trying to like power level somebody or whatever. I just think that like the amount of utility that you get from like a regular knight and his regular like machinist type abilities is really nice. The only other thing you could do is like do Dark Knight, because the Dark Knight's gonna have a lot of sustainability, right, with like Sanguine Sword, and on top of that, I mean the stats are like when you change to Dark Knight, your P attack goes really, really high too, because of their the modifier to their attack. So that's another option as well. Let's just see here. This is Chaos Blade. I'll show you this. Excalibur. Oops. Oh, I don't have dual wield equipped. My bad. Abilities, sign. So there's dual wield. There we go. That's more like it. So let's get Excalibur on the bottom. And then, oops, that's the wrong thing. So unfortunately, it drops the speed down to 13. Because for one thing, you can't equip the Thief Hat in the Dark Knight role, as well as just not being a ninja, right? Ninja has a really, really good speed modifier, but his attack is at 23, his physical attack. So, like, he's going to be a beast, set up like this. Which, most characters are beasts in the Dark Knight role just because of the physical attack modifier that they've got. So, really up to you. I'm honestly kind of leaning more towards Dark Knight right now, just because I don't foresee myself needing to do a whole lot of like, I guess, or yeah, I don't foresee myself doing a whole lot of like debuffing, right, with the Arts of War. But again, it could swing around where I need to power level somebody, which I'm sure I will eventually, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this as is, or for the time being. Yeah, that was. And honestly, there's gonna be a point where I'm just not gonna use Mustadio anymore. I think that a lot of the other characters really kind of outshine him as far as their, kind of like I don't know, like their like base job, right? Like Holy Knight, for instance, for Agrius. I love that. I love that skill set. I've souped it up a little bit too. Well, honestly, it's really overpowered right now. Her the changes that I made to her Holy Knight skill set is nuts. But eventually we'll get Meliadul as well. I love her, and then Orlandu. I really like him too. And then Beowulf is usually my 5 is those. Now obviously I don't have them yet, and I'm zipping around, but this is where I'm gonna put them in my roster. So all right, anyways, let me just see here. I don't know, how are we looking for time here? I considered doing a little bit in the way of poaching, but honestly I just don't think I'm gonna do it. As of right now, I would say probably the best thing that you can do is poach the red chocobos for the barrettes. That's a helmet, or it goes in the head slot, but it's only for the female units. And it does have a lot of, status effect resistance. And it's one of the few helmets that a monk can use. So if you really like to use monks, barrettes are amazing. Specifically for the female monks, I guess I should say. But there isn't much else that you can really get a hold of. I suppose if you wanted to, though, you could get a hold of the plague enemies. So they'll be found here at the Chigolith Fenlands, I guess. We've come across a couple of them. Basically, they're the little eyeball guys that have wings, and the third tier of them is called the plague. And the plague, when you poach them, there's obviously every monster has a common poach, and then there's the rare poach. Well, the rare poach is the Zorlin shape. It's a dagger that I believe casts frog, or will sometimes turn your enemies into frogs. So that's an interesting one. I mean, once you've turned something into a frog, they're basically completely worthless. And, I mean, then they're just punching bags from that point on. I would say I think that's the only really two monsters that are worth poaching right now. Though, you can do the same thing with the bull demons. So the bull demons are, I can't remember if it's Belias Tor or if it's Belias Swale here. It's one of these. I think it's this one. I think it's Belias Tor. Actually, you know what? And Zeklis Desert, now that I'm thinking about it. I know I've run into a bunch of them here too. But you can recruit one and then have it, you'd have to breed it until you get a sacred, which the normal poach is a Holy Lance, which is actually pretty good for right now. And then its rare poach is an Ivory Rod. So, both things are kind of interesting. The other thing, I don't know if we can run into Morbles yet. It says Aragway Woods, although, it's right here. I don't know if I've run into them there yet. You should, though. But the Morble isn't the best one. It's the second tier monster, which is called the Ochu. And the Ochu's rare poach is called the Chameleon Robe. And the Chameleon Robe, they're actually pretty good to get a hold of right now. And then if you breed it to the third tier, which is the Great Morble, they've got a common is the Elixir. And then their rare is the Madlamgen. Madlamgen? Is that right? I think that's a book, which I basically don't ever use, so I don't think that those are, too great. But I guess I would say that those are probably the three monsters right now, right at this very moment, that are semi-worth poaching. Again, though, I'm just not going to do it. I absolutely hate the whole process of poaching. I may end up just, eventually doing that, but honestly, though, it's not, I should back up. It's not so much the poaching process, it's the breeding process. It's, getting a monster and then like zipping back and forth between two spots constantly to try to get them to breed. And then, what do you know? Sometimes it didn't breed the one that you wanted, right? And it ended up being a crappy tier 1 monster instead of a tier 3. And that process is just, it's really annoying. So again, I'm probably just not going to do that, but, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to cut this one here. This was kind of like a cleanup video, right? I did a bunch of the kind of stuff that I've been meaning to do for a while, but putting off. So, all right, I'm going to cut this one here. As always, I hope the guide was helpful, though, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.